Members, we have established a quorum. We are ready to proceed with this afternoon's business. Senator Ahlquist, are you ready to take up Assembly Bill 188? Yes, Senator Ahlquist, you're ready to... Let me recognize Senator Ahlquist. For what purpose do you rise?
Yes, I would like to take up file 110 AB 188.
Excuse me one moment. Members, when we last met, we were in the third extraordinary session. We are going to recess the third extraordinary session, return to regular session. Senator Ahlquist, for what purpose do you rise?
Yes, I would like to present file item 110, which is AB 188.
Senator Ahlquist, I understand you have a motion to suspend. Okay, yeah. I understand that you wish to, in order to take up 188, we understand that you're moving to suspend Joint Rule 61A13 in order to amend Assembly Bill 188. Okay, that is the motion.
Yes, that is.
Secretary, read the resolution.
Resolved that Joint Rule 61A13 be dispensed with as requested without objection pursuant to Joint Rule 33.1.
This is a 2/3 vote. Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Ahlquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Benoit? Aye. Calderon? Cedillo? Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. Cox? Aye. Denham? DeSaulnier? Aye. Ducheney? Aye. Dutton? Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Aye. Hollingsworth? Aye. Huff? Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Maldonado? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Pavley? Price? Aye. Romero? Aye. Runner? Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? Aye. Walters? Aye. Wiggins? Aye. Wolk? Aye. Wright? What? Aye. Weiland? Yee? Yee, aye. Onnested, aye. Okay, Madam President, ayes 29, no 0.
Ayes 29, no 0. The resolution is adopted.
Okay, we want to do General Rule 10.5 as well. Without objection. Yeah, without objection to substitute the role in order to suspend General Rule 10.5.
Members, we'd also like to, without objection, to have Joint Rule 10.5 to be waived. Is there any objection to substituting the previous roll call? See none. Ayes 28. Ayes 29, no 0. Joint Rule 10.5 is waived. Senator Steinberg, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you, Madam President. For purposes of taking up appointments for confirmation, please.
Please proceed. Tell us your file items.
Thank you. File item 64.
Please proceed.
Thank you very much, Madam President. This item is to confirm the following gubernatorial appointees. Stephen Jensen and Richard Sawhill, the third members of the State Building Standards Commission. Rex Heim is a member of the California Exposition and State Fair Board of Directors. Reuben Smith is a member of the California Housing Finance Agency Board of Directors. Eric Kawamura is a member of the California Housing Partnership Corporation Board. C.C. Yin is a member of the California State Lottery Commission. Jorge Carrion, M.D., and Sharon Levine, M.D., the Medical Board of California, and Newt Miller, Eric Osen, and David Wainwright as members of the Board of Pilot Commissioners for the bays of San Francisco, San Pablo, and Sassoon. And last but not least, Gail Troughton as a member of the Rehabilitation Appeals Board. These appointees were heard on the Rules Committee on the 9th of September and approved on a 5-0 vote. No opposition. I'd urge an aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Is there any objection to substituting the previous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 38, no 0. The confirmations of those members are confirmed. Senator Steinberg, next item.
I'm open. File item 65, please.
Please proceed.
This is to confirm the nominations of Tam Dudok and Francis Spivey Weber as members of the State Water Resources Control Board. These appointees were heard in the committee on the 8th of July, approved on a 3-2 vote in September. There was no opposition. I'd urge an aye vote.
Well, that was.
Is there any discussion or debate? Any objection to substitute? Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? No. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Benoit? No. Calderon? Cedillo? Cogdill? No. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. Cox? No. Denham? No. DeSaulnier? Aye. Duchesne? Aye. Dutton? No. Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? No. Hollingsworth? No. Huff? Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Maldonado? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Aye. Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Runner? No. Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? No. Walters? No. Wiggins? Aye. Wolk? Aye. Wright? Aye. Wyland? No. Yee? Yee, aye.
Romero, aye.
Romero, aye.
Ayes 22, noes 12. The confirmations are made. Senator Steinberg, any other item under confirmation? Senator Simidian, for what purpose do you rise?
Madam President, I'd like to take up file item 87, if I may. This is Senate Bill 832.
File item 87. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 832 by the Committee on Environmental Quality, an act relating to resources and declaring the urgency thereof to take effect immediately.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, this is the Senate Environmental Quality Committee's annual omnibus measure. It contains provisions that simply update, clarify, and make non-controversial changes to various programs to increase effective program implementation. This year, it focuses on updating the governing statute of the California Pollution Control Financing Authority. The CPCFA provides financing to pollution control projects throughout the state, also contains a number of technical cleanup provisions. Amendments taken in the Assembly were simply clarifying in nature. As I say, non-controversial, no opposition. I believe there's support on both sides. I would respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Is there any objection to the unanimous roll call? Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Aye. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Benoit? Aye. Calderon? Cedillo? Cogdill? Cedillo, aye. Cogdill, aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. Cox? Aye. Denham? Aye. DeSaulnier? Aye. Duchesne? Dutton? Aye. Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Aye. Hollingsworth? Huff? Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Maldonado? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Aye. Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? I. Runner, I. Smidian, I. Steinberg, I. Strickland, I. Walters, I. Wiggins, I. Wolk, I. Wright, I. Wyland, I. Yee. Yee, I. Okay. Hollingsworth, I. Smidian, I. Huff, I. Ducheney, I.
Ayes 37, noes 0. The amendments are concurred in. Senator Corbett, for what purpose do you rise?
I'd like to take up file item 77, SB 140.
File item 77. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 140 by Senator Corbett, an act relating to nurseries and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Thank you very much, Madam President and Senators. Senate Bill 140 gives the Department of Food and Agriculture the authority to create a mandatory citrus nursery stock pest cleanliness program that will establish inspection requirements and testing standards. Addressing this growing pest problem is one of the highest priorities for our citrus industry. They are asking that we give them the tools so that they can ensure that our citrus stock is safe and our citrus industry is safe from pest infestations. I'm sure many of you have seen the recent TV ads being run by the U.S. Department of Agriculture that tell us how important it is to pay attention to these problems. So I ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? No. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Benoit? Aye. Calderon? Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Cox? Aye. Denham? Aye. Desaunier? Aye. Ducheney? Aye. Dutton? No. Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Aye. Hollingsworth? Huff? Aye. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Maldonado? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Aye. Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Aye. Runner? Aye. Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? Aye. Walters? Wiggins? Aye. Wolk? Aye. Wright? Right. Aye. Wyland? Aye. Yee. Yee, aye.
Romero, aye.
Romero, yeah.
Ayes.
Smidian, yeah. Madam President,
Ayes 32, noes 2. The amendments are concurred in. Members, without objection, Joint Rule 62A will be waived so that the GO committee might hear AB 1009 today. Senator Wright, are you ready for the committee to meet?
Like the committee to meet at 2:30, Madam Chair, in 3191, I believe it is.
Okay, GO committee at 2:30. Senator Wright, as we approach that time, you might want to stand up and remind members again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Members, we are going to go back and work unfinished business. Senator Wiggins, we recognize that. We are going to go in order with unfinished business. We are going to start at file item 75, and we are going to work our way through the entire unfinished business file in order. Let's begin with file item 75, Senator Negrete McLeod. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 367 by Senator Negrete McLeod, an act relating to discrimination and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Thank you, Madam President. SB 367 would amend the Unruh Civil Rights Act to clarify that it is not a violation for businesses to provide discounts for people who have had their salaries cut, been furloughed, or been laid off. I want to make it clear that SB 367 applies to all employees in the public and private sectors. In our current economic climate, we should be applauding businesses who are trying to assist their customers who are down on their luck, not leaving them open to frivolous lawsuits. And members, this has the backing of the trial attorneys and the Chamber of Commerce. I ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Aye. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Benoit? Aye. Calderon? Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Cox? Aye. Denham? Aye. DeSaulnier? Aye. Duchesne? Aye. Dutton? Aye. Flores? Hancock? Harmon? Aye. Hollingsworth? Aye. Huff? Aye. Kehoe? Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Maldonado? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero?
Aye.
Aye. Runner? Aye. Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Strickland? Aye. Walters? Aye. Wiggins? Aye. Wolk? Aye. Wright? Aye. Weiland? Aye. Yee? Yee, aye. Steinberg, aye. Okay. Hancock, aye. Kehoe, aye.
Ayes 35, no 0 on the measure. Ayes 35, no 0 on the urgency. The amendments are concurred in. We have dispensed with file items 76 and 77. File item 78, Senator DeSaulnier. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 313 by Senator DeSaulnier, an act relating to workers' compensation and making an appropriation therefor.
Madam President, SB 313 was sponsored by Small Business California. It is supported by the California Labor Federation and the California Chamber of Commerce and major employers like Safeway. It has to deal with workers' compensation penalties to disincentivize some employers who decide it's better for them just not to have workers' compensation. The amendments from the Assembly are technical and clarifying in nature. There have been no votes. It's had bipartisan support. I would ask for your support today.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Aye. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Benoit? Aye. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Cox? Aye. Denham? Aye. DeSaulnier? Duchesne? Aye. Dutton? Aye. Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Aye. Hollingsworth? Huff? Aye. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Maldonado? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero?
Aye.
Aye. Runner? Aye. Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Strickland? Aye. Walters? Aye. Wiggins? Aye. Wolk? Aye. Wright? Aye. Weiland? Aye. Yee? Yee, aye. Correa, aye. DeSaulnier, aye. Smidian, aye.
Ayes 35, no 0. The amendments on the urgency. Ayes 35, no 0 on the measure. The amendments are concurred in. File item 79 has been dispensed with. File item 80. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 599 by Senator Negrete McLeod, an act relating to workforce development and declaring the urgency thereof to take effect immediately.
Thank you, Madam President. SB 599 authorizes local workforce investment boards, the WIBs, to work directly with private secondary educational institutions for job training services and education programs so that federal stimulus dollars are quickly utilized and effectively. Unemployment rates are in the double digits statewide, and the need for skills and training continues to grow. Even as we speak now, they still are doing that. Many of these institutions, particularly those that offer vocational programs, have the ability to accept new trainees and often directly with employers to create specific programs that meet employers' needs. The bill also authorizes the Dental Board of California to spend the remaining funds currently in the dentally underserved account, which until July 2012 to continue to help those who practice in underserved areas pay back school loans. The provisions for this last one came directly from the dental board staff, who informed my staff that the statutory authority to use the program's remaining funds, $1.5 million, had lapsed. I request your aye vote for this bill.
Is there any discussion or debate on the measure? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Aye. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Benoit? Aye. Calderon? Cedillo? Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. Cox? Aye. Denham? Aye. DeSaulnier? Aye. Ducheney? Aye. Dutton? Aye. Flores? Hancock? Harmon? Aye. Hollingsworth? Aye. Huff? Aye. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Lowenthal? Aye. Maldonado? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Aye. Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero?
Aye.
Aye. Runner? Aye. Semidian? Steinberg? Strickland? Aye. Walters? Aye. Wiggins? Aye. Wolk? Aye. Wright? Aye. Wyland? Yee? Yee, aye. Semidian, aye. Wyland, aye. Calderon, aye. Hancock, aye. Cedillo, aye. Liu, aye. Correa, aye.
Ayes 37, no, 0 on the measure. Ayes 37, no, 0 on the urgency. The amendments are concurred in. File item 81, Senator Wohl. Are you prepared to take up this item? Pass on file. We have dispensed with file item 82. File item 83, Senator Price. Senator Price, file item 83. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 66 by Senator Price, an act relating to corporations and making an appropriation therefore and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Thank you, Mr. President, members, Madam President, members. Senate Bill 66 is a bill to reinstate the Small Business Loan Guarantee Program, which was suspended as a part of a recent budget action. The Loan Guarantee Program has been serving our communities for over 30 years. Many of you are familiar with the individual financial development corporations in your districts. These FDCs are not only serving as a delivery mechanism for the Small Business Loan Guarantee Program, but they provide a variety of other vital services to small businesses, such as technical assistance, financial literacy, and educational service, and it serves as a network for small business promotion and development. But without their services and their ability to provide loan guarantees, renewals, farm loans, many small businesses will be forced to close their doors and will be left without access to working capital. FDCs also provide bridge loans to businesses affected by fires, floods, earthquakes, and other disasters while they await assistance from the Small Business Administration and other resources. Restoring the FDC's ability to utilize the Small Business Expansion Fund so that loan guarantees can continue to be provided to small businesses will help keep the doors of hundreds of small businesses open. Senate Bill 66 is a simple and modest action that we can take to promote our state's recovery. This action will go a long way in providing access to capital for small businesses across the state that have no other avenues of obtaining business support, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion on the measure? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Aye. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Benoit? Aye. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Cox? Aye. Denham? Aye. DeSaulnier? Aye. Ducheney? Aye. Dutton? I. Flores. Hancock. I. Harmon. I. Hollingsworth. I. Huff. I. Kehoe. I. Leno. I. Liu. I. Lowenthal. I. Maldonado. I. Negrete McLeod. I. Oropesa. I. Padilla. Pavley. I. Price. I. Romero. I. Runner. I. Semidian. Steinberg. Strickland. I. Walters. I. Wiggins. I. Wolk. I. Wright. I. Weiland. I. Yee. Yee, aye. Correa, aye. Semidian, aye.
Ayes 36, no zero on the measure. Ayes 37, no zero on the measure. Ayes 37, no zero on the urgency. The amendments are concurred in. File item 84 and 85 have been dispensed with. File item 86, Senator Alquist. Pass on file. File item 87 has been dispensed with. File item 88, Senator Cogdill. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 85 by Senator Cogdill, an act relating to local government finance.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I would request that this be returned to the Assembly for further action.
Okay, this measure will be returned to the Assembly for further action. Desk will note. File item 89, Senator Wiggins. Secretary, please read.
Yes. Senate Bill 131 by Senator Wiggins, an act relating to alcoholic beverages and declaring the urgency thereof to take effect immediately.
This is a tight house exception for the San Francisco Symphony, and it's a reconsideration. So SB 131 was amended in the Assembly to create a narrow tight house exception that would allow the San Francisco Symphony, a nonprofit entity, to receive charitable donations from alcoholic beverage suppliers. This exception is necessary because the San Francisco Symphony also holds on an on-sale retail license for a very small portion of its facilities. The possession of this retail license blocks a supplier from providing charitable contributions, both monetary and product, to this important nonprofit symphony. I respectfully urge an aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Senator Yee.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Just urge my colleague in support of this particular measure. As you all know, with the dwindling public funds, particularly hitting the arts program, this will help at least restore some of that funding. And with that, urge an aye vote.
No other discussion or debate. Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested. Aye. Alquist. Aye. Ashburn. Aye. Benoit. Aye. Calderon. Aye. Cedillo. Aye. Cogdill. Aye. Corbett. Aye. Correa. Aye. Cox. Aye. Denham. Aye. DeSaulnier. Aye. Ducheney. Dutton. Aye. Flores. Hancock. Aye. Harmon. Aye. Hollingsworth. Aye. Huff. Aye. Kehoe. Aye. Leno. Aye. Liu. Aye. Lowenthal. Aye. Maldonado. Aye. Negrete McLeod. Aye. Oropesa. Aye. Padilla. Pavley. Aye. Price. Aye. Romero.
Aye.
Aye. Runner. Aye. Semidian. Aye. Steinberg. Strickland. Aye. Walters. Aye. Wiggins. Aye. Wolk. Aye. Wright. Aye. Weiland. Aye. Yee. Yee, aye. Ducheney, aye.
Ayes 37, no zero on the measure. Ayes 37, no zero on the urgency. The amendments are concurred in. Members, we have completed unfinished business. In the minutes remaining prior to the GO committee, Senator Semidian, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd simply like to request that we remove Assembly Bill 1329, that's file item A68, from the inactive file, please.
The desk will note. Is there any member who wishes to take up an item under Senate Bill third reading file? Senate Bill third reading file. These are file items 90 through 96. Senator Alquist, for what purpose do you rise?
Yes, I would like to take up item 110, AB 188.
Okay, file item 110 is Assembly Bill, third reading file. Let's take up this one item, and then we're going to go to the GO committee. Okay, file item 110. Secretary, please read. Members, without objection, Senate Rules 29.3 will be waived as well in order to take up this item.
Assembly Bill 188 by Assemblymember Jones, an act relating to public health and making an appropriation therefore and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Thank you, Madam President and members. This bill will provide the necessary appropriations for AB 1383, which, as you may remember, established a hospital provider fee. This hospital provider fee is paid by hospitals. The state collects the funds, matches it with federal funds. Thank you, Madam President. Matches the money with federal funds, and the money that comes back, which is approximately double, is then given back to hospitals. AB 1383 also provides that some of the funds that come back will go for children's health coverage. AB 1383 was signed into law by Governor Schwarzenegger, but the signing message pointed out that subsequent appropriations would be necessary to implement the bill. AB 188 responds to the governor's request. This bill does three things. It appropriates $1 million to the Department of Health Care Services for the staffing and administrative costs. Secondly, it appropriates $13.5 billion, which is the money that will be raised by the fee combined with the matching federal funds to DHCS for the purposes of making payments to hospitals over the life of the program. And as you know, this is an urgency clause. We desperately need this measure so that AB 1383 can be implemented. The funds that will be raised will protect our safety net hospitals by providing better rates. In my own district, Santa Clara Valley Medical Center has seen a huge increase in the uninsured as a result of rising unemployment, and this has put a strain on the county's safety net, and I'm sure many of you have experienced the same things in your counties. I ask for your support.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? No. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Benoit? Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? No. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. Cox? Aye. Denham? No. DeSaulnier? Aye. Ducheney? Aye. Dutton? No. Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Hollingsworth? No. Huff? No. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Maldonado? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Aye. Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Aye. Runner? Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Strickland? Walters? No. Wiggins? Aye. Wolk? Aye. Wright? Aye. Wyland? Yee? Yee, aye. Padilla, aye. Wyland, no.
Call the absent members. This is an urgency measure.
Benoit? Flores? Harmon? Runner? Steinberg? Strickland?
Ayes 26, noes 8 on the measure. Ayes 26, noes 8 on the urgency. Senator Alquist moves a call. Senator Wright?
Would like to call GO Committee in 3191 immediately to hear one bill, and it's not controversial, so we should be pretty quick. GO Committee.
Members, the GO Committee will go into committee right now. We are going to recess for 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and return to the floor at, let's round it up to 3 o'clock. Please return promptly to the floor at 3 o'clock. We will stand in a brief recess.